My colleagues say, oh, but Chip, it's the biggest spending decrease in history. Let's be very clear. It is a reduction in future increases of about $1.6 trillion. Yes, that is the biggest amount ever. But guess what? We have sizably more debt and sizably more spending than ever. So of course it should be, but it should be more. $1.6 trillion in cuts or future reductions is really about $160 billion a year over 10 years. That's the truth. The truth is our whole budget has grown from about $3.6 trillion a decade ago to $7.2 trillion now. It's doubled. And everybody wants to applaud themselves for $160 billion of reductions and increases. I'm sorry, I don't think that's good enough. The fact is, our budget, the budget we passed to get the big beautiful bill through, says that we should be at $6.5 trillion for 2026. But after this bill, if it's passed this way out of the Senate, we'd be at $7.2 trillion. All right, that's a lot of numbers. You want me to tell you back home? The fact of the matter is, unless we have record economic growth for an entire decade, deficits will go up. That's the truth. This bill front loads all of the cost. So for the first 4 years, 26, 27, 28, 29, deficits are up. That is, by the way, on a dynamic basis. You're going to hear a lot of people taking shots at the CBO, and they should. The CBO is biased, the CBO is left-leaning, and the CBO doesn't always get it right. But guess what? No economist ever gets it right. The fact is, we took care of that, at least in part, in the Budget Committee by assuming growth. We assumed economic growth of 2.6%, higher than the last 2 decades average, lower than the historic average. Why does that matter? Because we've already accounted for what you call dynamic scoring, meaning the impact of the tax cuts on revenue. All right, so what does that mean in simple terms? It means that if you look at our analysis, even assuming economic growth and more revenue from that growth, we will still have $400 billion of deficits added to the existing $2 trillion deficit in 2026 because of the bill. Those deficits will go up even more, and it will be another $400 billion or so in 27. 28, we add to the deficits. 29, we add to the deficits. Finally, in 2030, deficits go down. And if you look across the entirety of the 10 years under this bill, you are basically at somewhere around break even on the impact on deficits. Now again, everybody understand what I'm saying. The deficits of roughly around 1.8 to 2 trillion a year will continue. This bill will adjust taxes and adjust spending, will increase deficits for 3 or 4 or 5 years, and then cut deficits in the outer 5 years if you believe that will ever happen. Only in this town do you assume that the good things will happen in 5 years and accept the bad things in the first years. But that's what we're doing. Now, the big, beautiful bill, let's go through it.